None of them looked brave. None of them looked cool. They looked ridiculous.
Keith, President Trump was happy with it. He tweeted, thank you to House Republicans for being tough, smart, and understanding in detail the greatest witch hunt in American history.
This was a disgraceful stunt. I'll go further than SE would go, and I'll say that this looked like a Klan group that had assembled outside of a jail trying to get the sheriff to let them in so they could deliver their own justice against somebody who's inside. It's not a good look for our democracy. It's not a good look for the Republican Party. 47 of them apparently are already Republicans are already on these committees that are in this impeachment investigation. Out of 197 total House Republicans, that's a quarter of the entire Republican caucus is already represented, and they're creating these political stunts in order to throw off the attention. They're not focused on the issue of why Trump is being impeached. They're focused on how they can complain about the process.
And that is the important thing to point out, because if you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, we're talking about national security implications. And a lot of Republicans are focused on a short-sighted issue of appeasing this president. He said he wanted Republicans to be stronger and to show more support. Here they are, right? Compare that to what you saw from these diplomats that were testifying, and only to have, after everything that they went through, the president trash them on Twitter and not have Mike Pompeo come to their defense. Think about the implications this has, not just for Ukraine and foreign policy, but all of our diplomats around the world. You have so many secretaries of defense, I don't care what party they belong to, tell you that the best deterrent for them having to step up and send troops in is diplomacy. And when you have the president say he doesn't even know who Bill Taylor is, that really is an insult to our diplomatic corps.
Can I just say one thing to you, Keith, respectfully? I think the Klan metaphor was a little strong, and I don't want to get into the whole thing, but earlier this week we were talking about lynching and using that word lightly, and I'm not going to debate the history with it.
I understand. I use it purposely because I felt like there's a visual problem, too, to have these group of almost old white men going in defense of the white man who is already, I think, by most accounts, a racist, instead of dealing with the issue of how this person is abusing his power as president of the United States.
I just wanted to register, and then we can move on.
I'm sure I'll get complaints on Twitter, but